Hi, today I'm going to do a Christmas party look. I'm going to start with Laura Mercier oil-free primer all over and on my eyelids as well. I want my eyelids to be primed, but I don't want them to be too matte because I've got something I want to stick to them in a second. Okay, I'm not going to do my base just yet. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. I'm going to go straight onto the eyes. And I'm just going to create some shadow. So the best way to create shadow is to lift up your brow, put it where you think it should be, your socket line, and then relax your eyes and just make sure it's in a good place and finish off with your brow relaxed so you can really see exactly where that shading should be. And depending on your eyes, if they're hooded, you'll need to do most of it with your eyes relaxed, just looking straight ahead, because then you can start to really blend and create a fake socket line, or at least give depth into the area where it's hooded. Okay, now I'm going to use a Smoky liner brush. This is a Chanel one with exactly the same colour that I've already used. And I'm just going to start to use it quite softly underneath. I'm not really going to use much colour on my eyes because the lips are going to be quite strong. Next, I'm going to use this Lids and Line, which is a Pixi product, and it's a really, really soft pencil. What I like about it is it has a smudger on the other side, and it's just incredibly easy to blend. It just completely turns to smoky nothing, which is great. I mean, this is a brilliant product to have just on its own, just to do a smoky, quick smoky eye. I'm just going to line just along the lashes quite simply, and then use this smudgy smudger. This really doesn't take any time at all. It smudges instantly. And I'm also going to use it a little bit along the lash line, not on the waterline, but just outside the lashes, just because that'll give me a little bit more thickness and depth at the lash roots. That is the easiest smudge pencil I think I've ever used. Super, super quick. And as I say, would look great on its own as well. The next thing I'm going to do is put on some glitter on my eyelids, just quite a simple glitter. I'm going to use this Illamasqua one. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess, I can't really show it, but it's I did kind of feel like I died and gone to heaven when I saw this, because often glitters are quite garish colours, and this one is so chic, sort of a minky brown colour, and just looks so lovely if you want to do an understated eye, but an eye that looks glamorous as well. So I'm just going to pat this glitter on, just onto my eyelid, so it gives that really nice shine. So you can see that just makes such a difference. I don't even need to blend it in with a brush. And it kind of goes up to the bit where you've shaded the socket line, so that all starts to blend in together. And you've got your little bit of shading. So, okay, I'm going to go on to my base now. Surprisingly, I don't think any of that dropped down, which is amazing. For my base, I'm going to use this one by Avon, and it's Anew. It's an age transforming base. It's got all kinds of fantastic skincare, elastin, collagen, all of that stuff, and it's meant to give your skin a very smooth finish, and also because it's packed with skincare, also it's going to sort of be like a treatment as well. So I'm going to use this all over. So next I'm going to use, it's matching the foundation, it's the Avon Anew, and it's the highlighter, the concealer rather, highlighted concealer for under my eyes. And this has got the same hydroproteins in as the foundation. So again, it's a treatmenty thing. So I think these are great for sort of anyone over 25 really, because you may as well get good skincare benefits and anti-aging properties in your foundation if you can. Why not? And you've got it working on all fronts. So next I'm just going to use some opaque concealer. I'm going to use Secret Camouflage, Laura Mercier, and that is just to sort of perfect. So any little marks on my skin. I'm just going to remove them. Basically just little scars left over from previous spots. So next I'm going to use some powder. Instead of regular powder, I'm going to use Double Wear Foundation Powder, which is by Estee Lauder, just because I feel that this is going to be great to take for touch-ups. It's got a little bit more coverage than normal powder, obviously, but if you keep it light, it's just really good at setting, especially if you've had to do quite a bit of concealing work or you've got red patches. And then if you've got it in your handbag, if you do get red, and often people that have red patches at Christmas parties, because you go from cold air into warm environments, you can get very red. And this I find really good for touching up very easily, and it gives you enough coverage. And also it gives you that sort of completely perfect skin, so it's very kind of HD perfect. So next I'm going to do my brows. I'm just going to brush them into place. I'm going to use this Brow and Lift pencil by Clinique. I'm going to do them quite strong because I'm going to do a strong lip and I want it to balance out. So I'm just going to do some nice light strokes. This has got an angled tip to it, which is quite good if you want to do quite strong, precise brows. It's also good for getting a nice tapered edge as well. The other thing it has is an illuminating bit on the other end of it, which is great because you've got the pencil and the illuminator, and you can just use that right underneath the brow area, and you can then pat it into place, or you could use a brush just to blend, but it does give a nice lifted brow feel. So I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to use the Giorgio Armani Maestro, which has a lovely plastic brush which is quite flexible. I'm going to get that in to the roots first, and just zigzag out. It really is about getting as much as you can right down there into the roots before you start to run the colour through your lashes. So I'm going to go straight onto lips now, and I'm going to use this very reddish orangey colour here, which is MAC's Lady Danger. And I was wearing this lipstick in the makeup removal video, which a lot of people asked me which lipstick it was. So I'm not going to put any lip balm or anything on before I start, because it's got a matte stain. So I'm just going to apply it all over, just following my natural lip line, and I'm going to really work it into the lips. You're really kind of getting a good base stain. So that's quite messy. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to use a smaller lip brush in the same colour. This is my Nude one. I think it's actually an eyeliner brush. And just go in and do a kind of bit of lip lining really with lipstick. So a little bit of correcting. I've said it before in my red lip video that I don't feel like you can almost do the lining until you've got it roughly on in the shape of your lips. Then you blot it, and then you can really see the shape of your lips, and you can see where they need adjusting. And sometimes if you just do a line beforehand, first it looks really harsh, and secondly you can't really see the lip, you know, the shape. I mean, you could use a liner instead of this, but I kind of like the softness of just using more of this lipstick, and also this lipstick is quite matte anyway, so it gives a very good line effect. I'm just going to cheat the bottom lip down a little bit. Just because my bottom lip's actually a lot thinner than my top lip. So before I do what I want to do to finish off the lips, I'm going to use some blusher. I'm going to use this sort of quite berry one because I'm about to put on a slightly pinkier gloss on top of my lips. So it's this Revlon one here. So it's got a sort of slightly reddish undertone to it. Sort of pinky red undertone. Because you do start to look quite dead with a red lip. Even if that's the effect you're going for, sort of a bit more dramatic, I think it's still nice to have a little bit of blush just to tie the whole thing together. Now you could leave the lips like this, which is matte and sort of classic red, and I think it works really well with the sort of shimmery lids and the sort of slightly glittery, very fine glittery lids. However, I think I want to, because it is a Christmas party, I'm going to put some of this lip gloss on, which is by Chanel, which is a very sort of pinky red, very, very fine glitter gloss. I just think it'll look amazing over this. So it's almost like a sort of neon-y pink. I'm just going to use a brush and then just lay it down on top of the red. I know the lipstick won't last as long when it's shiny like this, but I quite like it. Super glam for a party. And don't put too much, just sort of put a nice fine layer over the top. So that's the look. It is, if you want something a little bit more glam, I think this is pretty glam, but if you've got short eyelashes and you want a bit more, then obviously a set of lashes would be good, or some individuals. I think don't make them too theatrical and dramatic, just because the lip is such a look and it's such a feature that I don't think they need to be, you don't need to compete, and you've got your shimmer anyway. And it will take a little bit of upkeep. You have to take your lip gloss out with you and probably some Q-tips as well. But if you're careful, and I know Christmas parties are all about kind of kissing nice boys, but you might have to wait till afterwards and just work the lip, which I think is kind of fabulous. So I hope you enjoyed the look, and thanks for watching.